What a day. Hello. Today I'm doing a very simple Monday mindfulness, and it's something that I share a lot of in meditation classes, also with businesses and practical applied personal development mindfulness. That's a bit of a mouthful. And that's a check-in. And some of these check-ins can be done verbally and with a friend or a family member, but they can also be done internally. And it's a nice way to give us check-in points during the day or during the week or during the month, where we can just have a look at things and mindfully notice what's happening for us and what's happening around us. So I'd just like to give you a quick example today of what it's like to do a check-in. And then if you'd like more on check-ins, I could do a series of hours of video on different variations on check-ins and different uses for them. But this is a quick example of what it can be like to do it at the end of the day. So I'm kind of at the end of my work day. I've been running around town and all over the place doing things. And now I'm just coming in and just having a quick check-in with the body before I make the next choices of what I'm going to dive into. And I could do this in the morning. I do this every Monday morning, where I look at my to-do list and my intentions for the week and get clear with that and rationalize that against what I'm inspired about, what are my overall intentions, and what is my body saying to me? Is there something that needs attention? Is there a situation that I need to give attention to and maybe resolve, or is there something that I can kind of do more and be more passionate with and express myself with? It may just be that I have a yearning to go and dance, and just being aware of that and may or may not take some action on that. So I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a big day. I've been running around. I've kind of knocked off some missions. I've sold my old camera and sent that off today. And at the same time, I didn't really manage my time as well as my mind had expected earlier in the day. So I learnt some things about couriers and working with them here in Romania, and the details of to really keep in mind the details of traffic times when I'm running around town as well. And I'm noticing a habit to kind of jump into things early and get really excited and start running before I kind of get comfortable with the walk. So it's also a lesson to just slow down, be gentle with myself, with everything else around, and just pace myself and step back from needing to do too much on any given day. So saying that, I feel excited about this week. It feels like the body is coming back. And this is one thing about check-ins, is often we do a body, mind, emotion check-in. So basically in the body, I feel like I've hiked a little bit, which I have done today and yesterday. There's a little bit of kind of, not fatigue, but I'd say warmth in the feet and legs, like they know they've moved. The abs are feeling much more stable, which for me right now with the spinal stuff is so gratitude inducing. And so that's feeling pretty good. My between the shoulder blades situation is still not great. That's probably my most uncomfortable spot right now. And the muscles are generally doing a good job of relaxing when I say, hey guys, I know I know there's something going on there. I love you guys, and can we just relax a little bit? That is, a little bit challenging. Sometimes these muscles that don't quite trust me that it's safe to let go and relax. So it's an adventure and kind of building that stability, but also building that internal trust there, or a situation where it is trustworthy so that those muscles can relax and flow and not build up so much tension. The rest of the body feels pretty good. I feel like I don't need to overdo things. I feel a little bit tired, but not anything crazy. It's just like my body saying, okay, let's start ramping down for the day. And yeah, the body's feeling pretty good. Mentally, I feel like there's been a lot of movement today, and there's a few things that I really want to get into. There's some obligations for a friend that I'd like to sort out. There's the new intro video for these videos and other videos around different types of applied mindfulness that I'm excited to sort out. And there's a little bit of a story around that. There's also a little bit of a story around needing to rest and making sure I take care of self-care. And there's a few little logistical things coming and going, and I feel a little bit kind of like it's just too much little details to hold in my head. So I'm actually going to sit down after this video, maybe while it's posting, and just type down that list of stuff so that I don't need to carry it, and then I can just chill into the night. Overall, as far as emotionally goes, I feel pretty grateful. I feel like there's a liberation and a peace in just letting go of that needing to do or be anything than is right now. Like there's sometimes urges that ramp up, but nothing that doesn't get seen too quickly. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. This is a check-in that you could use at the end of the day, but you could also use one at the beginning of the day to just check in with how you feel, whether what you're diving into that day is in alignment with your core intentions, what you want to create, what you're passionate about, the way you want to live. And you can also do them at the end of the week and at the end of the at the beginning of the week as well. Any kind of project you're diving into, I like to do it regularly with that. So there's lots of different ways that you could use check-ins, and yeah, if you'd like to learn more about them, there's lots of ways to play with them, lots of different dynamics that you can look at. And one of the things that I do love to do with a check-in is this end of day check-in. This is probably one that I'd more share with a friend, but at the end of the day I could do a check-in when it comes to my actual to-do list for work and get kind of clarity on the next day before I kind of sign off for the day, and making space for that can be really valuable. So yeah, I feel kind of a graceful balance. I feel like things are ramping up, but the urge to rush them just feels like it's just an urge to rush, and it's not really based on any genuine need to push the body beyond what it's capable of right now. Actually, the urge to rush right now feels kind of a little self-sabotaging and a little trying to get into a pattern where it's not filling my cup and it's not sustainable. So if in doubt with that, I'm just taking a breath and taking a rest and then seeing after that. Another thing that you can check in with, how to check in, is your level of seriousness. I think that can be really useful at times, especially if that's a habit. And yeah, all of this is just being more aware of what's happening for us, and maybe at some point, or kind of moving towards having the words, the actions, the habits, and just our way of life in alignment with what our genuine priorities are. And kind of, life is dynamic. We can't always move directly into the end case scenario. It's often a habit and a process that's built over time. And yeah, it's that there are things that, pop up, and life is life. And yeah, the more that we can be in alignment with our passions, the more fluid it can be. And it's not a perfect art. Life is perfect in its imperfections. And that's one of the beauties of approaching this with mindfulness, is we can just unbiasedly look at what's happening for us without needing to judge it or make it anything. We can just be really honest with ourselves, and for me that's fundamental. If you practice mindfulness and just learn that habit and that skill, that's huge, because then we're not a victim to our stories and our conditioning as much as we would be otherwise, and we're able to get not only that clarity and honesty with ourselves but also with others, which is a real breath of fresh air as well. And it's just constructive for really powerful relationships. So thank you so much for joining us on this. I feel like I've talked a lot. I'd love to hear your check-in. Please link to a YouTube video if you'd like to do a video check-in. And I'll have more on check-ins. I'll have a more structured program around check-ins coming soon. And if there's anything in particular you want in that, please let us know and we'll put something together for you. So subscribe if you want more practical mindfulness videos. Thank you so much again for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Love you guys. Mwah. See ya.